you know, I just, like you said, I watched this ruckus on Twitter. I was like, what? Like, oh my goodness.
Pacquiao just went to a majority draw, and you can argue that Manny Pacquiao should have won the fight and was winning.
He was still good at it. I think he was stealing some rounds at the end. Whether he deserved them or he didn't deserve them, whatever, they were close rounds. He might have stole them on the judges' cards.
Shannon Sharpe criticizes the WBC after Manny Pacquiao was denied a clear win against Mario Barrios. He believes the fight was dull, and Barrios didn't show the urgency expected from a younger fighter. Despite Pacquiao's dominant performance, the judges ruled it a draw, which Sharpe sees as another example of boxing favoring marketable names. For him, it's proof that the sport has shifted from fair competition to pure business decisions.
I know I can beat. Why would I take a chance and fight somebody for $30 million? And that's what these guys do. And the differences between boxing and UFC, you might be the champion, but you don't control anything.
Mario Barrios' recent track record has sparked major discussions within the boxing world. His last two fights, both ending in draws, have created a sense of unease among fans and analysts. The latest clash against Manny Pacquiao, in particular, stirred controversy as many believe Manny was the clear victor.
All right, so we are back on The Way Concept presented by The Ring Magazine. And folks, I just watched Manny Pacquiao, that's right, 8-division world champion and 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao, off a 3-year layoff Manny Pacquiao, off a loss before the 3-year layoff Manny Pacquiao, go to a majority draw with a world champion in a title fight in 2025. What the just happened? The breakdown. Let's go.
He is the star of Wade Concept.
So like I said, Manny Pacquiao, 2025, fighting for a world championship is not something you expect me to hear. Number one, especially off the 3-year layoff, especially at 147, especially off a loss, and especially not going to a majority draw. This is a win for Manny Pacquiao. I'm just going to say it. Tonight, he fought Mario Barrios on PBC, on Amazon Prime Video for the WBC World Championship. Mario Barrios, I like the guy, but it has to be said, when you have two of your last title defenses ending in a split draw and a majority draw, you may be the worst title holder in boxing right now. I'm sorry. That's not comparing him to being a shitty boxer. It's just saying that as of right now, he might be the worst world champion in boxing. It may be one of the worst I've seen in a while. Also, kind of unrelated, this kind of looks bad for Tank Davis's record, because that was supposed to be a stalwart win on Tank's career when he moved up to 140 and beat Barrios for the belt there. But now it's not looking so good, because 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao just went to a majority draw, and you can argue that Manny Pacquiao should have won the fight and was winning.
This has led to growing skepticism, with supporters suggesting something suspicious may be happening behind the scenes. For Pacquiao fans, the night was a celebration of his enduring skill and spirit. But for Barrios' supporters, it was a disappointing performance that only benefited from a favorable judge's decision. The result left a bitter taste, overshadowing what could have been a defining night in boxing.
Involved, honestly, because that right there is rough to watch if you're a Barrios fan. If you're a Manny Pacquiao fan, this is a fantastic night. And you can even argue maybe he should have got the belt. But I think where this fight became more close was in the later rounds when Pacquiao, obviously close to being an AARP member, was going to slow down. And if your game plan, if you're Mario Barrios, is to go, okay, I'm just going to outlast him, eventually he's going to slow down. One, it's psychotic to me to even think, I'll wait for the 46-year-old to slow down in the later rounds. Not, I'm going to go and do what I should do as a champion and go after this guy. Respect be damned. It's a world championship fight. I saw some people saying, oh, he's carrying Manny out of respect. Excuse me?
Criticism against Mario Barrios intensified following his lackluster showing in the ring. Despite the official draw, many viewers felt that he was clearly outclassed. Barrios appeared hesitant and passive, failing to mount any meaningful offense throughout the fight. He threw too few punches and lacked the aggression expected from a fighter at his level. Observers noted that even if the bout wasn't officially scored as a loss, Barrios' failure to assert himself made it feel like a moral defeat. Meanwhile, Pacquiao looked sharper, more prepared, and more driven. The controversial result seemed to shield Barrios from a rightful loss, igniting outrage and disbelief among fans.
With the draw?
No.
Because, like...
Weird rounds, hard to score.
Yeah, Pacquiao did better than I thought he did. And that's like, we get into that weird territory in boxing where you start grading on a curve. That's not how boxing works. And I was like, oh, Pacquiao's doing better. He's probably winning. Oh, he won. But no, he probably didn't. And a draw is he's probably lucky to get a draw.
Yeah, as I was watching and scoring it, and I was in the live chat with people, and there was just so many rabid Pacquiao fans that were like, every time he did anything, first of all, anytime he did anything in the arena, the place went absolutely bonkers, like it was going to tear down. Honestly, he probably fought 50 to 60 seconds a round. He did not do much. He didn't need to, because Barrios didn't step on the gas pedal at all at any point. He was so listless and just kind of like ho-humming through it. So Pacquiao was able to steal moments, and he did a really good job of stealing the end of rounds and making an exclamation point. And also, we saw flashes of the Manny of old when he would have that little like the flourishing signature in the end of something. He'd make that little movement, bang, he'd pop that left hand, he'd fly out, boom, 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 boom. He'd make those little moves, he'd do the fancy feet, and you would be like, but really nothing happened. He didn't land a lot of punches. Like, it wasn't like anything really effective. But it got everybody emotional, it got everybody, and whereas Barrios was the exact opposite. Everything he did was so workmanlike. He has zero charisma. He has no sell on anything he does. He just lacked passion. I know he's Aztec warrior, but where was the passion? Where was the exchanging? Where was the biting down on my mouthpiece and going for it? So there was a lot of opportunities based on how both guys fought for Manny to actually steal rounds, because Mario wasn't selling it. Pacquiao was. The crowd was behind him. But yes, when you do it, you're looking at it almost like you're almost comparing Pacquiao to Pacquiao. You're being like, oh, he fought really good for a 46-year-old. He didn't fight really good for a 12-round main event champion. He fought really good for a 46-year-old Pacquiao. So you get that idea in your head, like, oh man, he's doing so good. But is he really? Or are you just voting for the guy that you like better?
Like, nostalgia is a hell of a... And we were all high on Saturday night.
Renowned trainer Robert Garcia added weight to the ongoing debate by offering a blunt perspective on the controversy. He emphasized that boxing today operates less like a sport and more like a business. Garcia suggested that economic considerations now drive decisions, especially in high-profile bouts. Younger fighters like Barrios are seen as future investments, and their marketability often takes priority over merit. Garcia argued that Pacquiao winning at age 46 doesn't provide long-term value for promoters, and that could be a reason why decisions seem to tilt against him.
So much to talk to you about, I don't know where to start. So first of all, why do they keep robbing Manny Pacquiao? He got robbed against Bradley.
I didn't see the fight, but I heard from everybody that he got robbed.
You trust Paulie Malignaggi. He said they robbed Pacquiao.
Man, you know what?
He got robbed with Jeff
It's
Horn.
actually weird, because you see, like the way boxing is, the business is. I'm not saying promoters, because it's the same thing with the business, where you want, like, when you have that one fighter that, like, when you have a young prospects that are signed to, like, managers, judges and commissioners, they already know who's the one that's signed, who's the one they want
to promote on, yeah.
So there's a lot of times where those young fighters get away with wins that maybe should have gone the other way, or maybe a draw, but they still give them the win.
Adding another layer to the discussion, a veteran known as the Goose expressed concerns over repeated injustices in Pacquiao's career. He highlighted that controversial judging is nothing new in boxing, but questioned why it so often happens to Manny specifically. Drawing from past examples, he suggested that Pacquiao may be targeted because of his background. Manny Pacquiao's background as an Asian fighter, rather than a British or American one, has raised concerns about bias in boxing's judging system. The Goose, a U.S. Army veteran, voiced what many fans have felt for years: that Pacquiao is often treated unfairly compared to Western fighters. His sentiment struck a chord with viewers who believe Manny's global success hasn't shielded him from discrimination. In their eyes, he's consistently judged more harshly despite his accomplishments. This perception of unequal treatment has added to the frustration surrounding recent decisions and fueled ongoing debates about fairness and integrity in the sport.
But still, why do you keep doing this to Manny Pacquiao? It just drives me crazy. Hey there, welcome. It's Coffee with the Goose. I'm excited to have you with me again. You know, I talk about things that are interesting, fascinating, and in this case, very irritating. I'm the Goose. We'll start with a little coffee. As you know, my coffee is very strong, like my opinion, and of course I add some creamer in there to make it sweet, just like me. Okay, I'm not happy. I'll be honest with you. We all have our views of what happened during the Pacquiao-Mario Barrios fight. We all have our views. We all have our opinions. I think whether you're a Pacquiao fan or Barrios fan, you're not happy either. You shouldn't be. It was not a good show. First of all, I'll give props to Mario Barrios. He's the whipping boy for some reason. People are saying, well, he's the champion. He should have been a little more aggressive and come after Pacquiao a little more and shouldn't, be happy with the draw. I'm sure he's not happy with the draw. That's 2 in a row for him, by the way. But, in Barrios' defense, he's fighting Manny Pacquiao. So I think he was maybe a little psyched out. I really think. And most of Pacquiao's opponents are. It's the Pac-Man. You should be a little afraid. And Jude and I think we agreed during the fight that both of these guys, at some point, they're acting like they're afraid of each other. It's a weird fight. I'm not happy. Nobody should be happy with the draw. But let's get on to bigger and, not better things. Let's just get to reality, okay? It's corruption in boxing. Nothing new. We've seen this before. But why does it seem to happen? Why is Manny Pacquiao the victim so often, as opposed to other fighters where it may happen once or twice? Did Pacquiao win? It was a very close fight. I had Pacquiao leading after 9 rounds, and the championship rounds, I think Barrios took 2 of those 3 rounds. So very tight fight. I think Pacquiao probably won.
Bobby Pacquiao, Manny's brother, added to the growing list of voices expressing confusion and disappointment over the draw. He admitted that he was stunned by the result, unable to understand what the judges had seen to justify it. Still, he acknowledged that they have no option but to accept a ruling, even if it felt completely unjust. For Bobby, the outcome didn't match what he witnessed in the ring. He believed Manny had done more than enough to secure a clear win. His words captured the emotions of many fans, frustrated but resigned to the reality of modern boxing.
What did you think of last night? Was it a draw or you thought your brother won?
My brother win.
Yeah.
You know that. Too many people, the crowd is gonna be saying, "Oh, what happened?" Say that.
Shakur Stevenson, Andre Ward, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, they all said Manny Pacquiao won. Why do you think the judges saw it the other way for the draw?
I'm long time. I'm a fighter also. I'm a fighter. 14 years in the ring. For 14 years in the ring. But I know the score. You know that. The score. So many judges. But I'm surprised that the decision is like that. I'm surprised. But anyway, the judges and decision is now. Let's accept. I will accept that decision.
Before stepping into the ring, there were serious concerns about whether Manny Pacquiao could still compete at a high level. Many believed that at 46 he would struggle against a younger and more active fighter like Barrios. However, Pacquiao defied expectations. He moved with precision, timed his punches effectively, and displayed sharp footwork that belied his age. His conditioning and awareness throughout the bout impressed even the most skeptical observers. Rather than becoming a sad chapter in his career, the fight became a moment of redemption, proof that he still belongs among boxing's elite and deserves respect for his enduring excellence.
Now in the welterweight division, the rematch between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. And Manny Pacquiao will beat Floyd Mayweather in the rematch. I said it. I like Floyd, a legendary fighter, but I believe how Manny Pacquiao fought yesterday, and we haven't seen Floyd Mayweather. I know he's still in shape, but this Manny Pacquiao and the footwork that he displayed yesterday, and like he said in the post-fight interview, he threw a little bit more punches, but of course he's 46 years old. But I'm just saying, even at 46 years old, he's better than all these guys. He'll knock out Devin Haney, like worse than Ryan Garcia did. Because he can't even match up the angles with Lomachenko. Imagine the angle of Manny Pacquiao, right? Manny Pacquiao will beat Brian Norman Jr. Manny Pacquiao will already beat Mario Barrios. Who else in the 147-pound division? And somebody moves up. You know what? I'd like to see maybe Manny Pacquiao versus...
The decision to rule Manny Pacquiao's fight against Mario Barrios a draw sparked immediate backlash from the boxing world. Experts, retired professionals, and respected analysts voiced their frustration across television, podcasts, and social media. Many of them watched the bout closely and concluded that Pacquiao was clearly the more effective and dominant fighter throughout the contest. They pointed to his cleaner punches, sharper timing, and control of the ring, qualities that should have earned him a clear victory. What frustrated many even more was a growing pattern of controversial decisions that seemed to favor younger, marketable fighters. For them, the judges' scorecards weren't just wrong, they were a reflection of a broken system. Some analysts began calling for significant changes in how fights are scored, including the introduction of more transparency or technological oversight. The idea that public consensus and expert analysis could be so far removed from the official outcome raised questions about integrity. Pacquiao's performance at age 46 should have been celebrated as a rare display of skill and determination. Instead, the draw became another example of how questionable judging continues to damage the sport's reputation and alienate loyal fans who simply want fairness in the ring.
Now in the welterweight division, the rematch between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Manny Pacquiao will beat Floyd Mayweather in the rematch. I said it. I like Floyd, the legendary fighter, but I believe how Manny Pacquiao fought yesterday. And we haven't seen Floyd Mayweather. I know he's still in shape. But this Manny Pacquiao and the footwork that he displayed yesterday, and like he said in the post-fight interview, he threw a little bit more punching, but of course he's 46 years old. But I'm just saying, even at 46 years old, he's better than all these guys. He'll knock out Devin Haney, like worse than Ryan Garcia did.
Respected voices from across the boxing world took to social media and sports platforms to express their disappointment. These weren't just casual viewers. Many were retired professionals, journalists, and analysts who took the time to examine the bout in detail. Frame-by-frame analysis showed that Pacquiao landed cleaner punches, controlled the pace, and demonstrated superior ring generalship. The numbers and visuals favored him, yet the decision didn't. This disconnect between what experts saw and what the judges ruled fueled the argument that judging standards need urgent reform. The frustration wasn't about a single fight. It was about how often the sport seems to ignore its own realities.
Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios fight to a majority draw. The one judge gave it in favor of Barrios, 115-113. My thoughts on this one: I thought Pacquiao did enough. I thought he did enough. Pacquiao did a good amount of work leading up, and it looked like going into those final 3 rounds, 10, 11, 12, Pacquiao had a good lead. Barrios needed the final 3 to be able to make a draw in this fight. The judges thought he did that. I personally didn't. Now, I'm not gonna lie, before the final round, I checked the live odds of Manny Pacquiao, and he was a massive favorite to win this fight. Now, I think that there's a slight robbery here. The fans thought so too. And let's not lie, Manny Pacquiao is 46 years old. He is 46. So first, for him to step in there and go the distance with the champion of his old division is so impressive. I don't care what you think of Barrios. Manny Pacquiao is a warrior for stepping in there tonight. 46 years old, and he takes the champion to a majority draw in a fight where many will say that he did enough to get that nod. I think I would love to see him maybe try it again. I think Pacquiao deserved the win here. What do we think? Thoughts on the fight?
This fight was more than just another event for Manny Pacquiao. It was a chance to edge his name even deeper into boxing history. A win at 46 would place him alongside legendary figures like George Foreman, who staged remarkable comebacks late in their careers. Pacquiao came in as the underdog, carrying the weight of age and expectations. Yet, he delivered a performance that defied both. His timing, movement, and sheer determination reminded everyone of the greatness that has defined his career. Sadly, the controversial result denied him that historic recognition. What could have been a defining chapter was instead turned into yet another reminder of how unpredictable and flawed boxing's judging system can be.
Yeah, bro, you got robbed last night. And shit, I got robbed last night. We both in the same boat. Last night, Manny Pacquiao got back in the ring, fresh off retirement, and tried to take the belt from Mario Barrios. He's 46, bro. And he was putting belt to ass the whole fight. Draw is crazy. It's absurd. A draw is wild. As bad business. If Manny Pacquiao won last night, we would have witnessed history. He would have been the oldest welterweight champion ever. And coming fresh off retirement, the first Hall of Famer to come back and grab a title. He's different. Last night, Manny Pacquiao proved, bro, he 1-1. Ain't nobody like Manny Pacquiao. Pac-Man is the truth. The truth for real, for real. You can't tell me Pac-Man lost that fight. I'm not going for it. That's cooked. I'm not hearing it. 46. We got robbed, man. Simple and plain. Pac-Man deserved that fight. This draw is bad business now.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned. Until next time,